One of the most powerful AI companies on earth just published a plan for how the entire industry could stop. Anthropic, the maker of Claude, a company preparing to go public at a valuation near $1 trillion, formally proposed that the world's top AI labs create a coordinated and verifiable pause in developing advanced AI, warning that humans risk losing control of the technology. The people winning the race are asking for the option to stop running it. The companies don't usually warn you their own product might escape them. So, what's actually going on here? Sincere fear, brilliant marketing, or just something stranger than either? So, the answer needs about 10 minutes, and by the end, you will hopefully understand why this keeps happening and why nothing ever pauses. So let's start with the fact that we've been here before. In March 2023, the Future of Life Institute published an open letter calling for a 6-month moratorium on training any AI system more powerful than GPT-4. It gathered more than 30,000 signatures, including Elon Musk, Steve Wozniak, and some of the most cited AI researchers alive. It was front page news everywhere, and here is the complete list of major AI labs that paused. And that answer is none. Nobody stopped, nobody slowed, and the next generation of models arrived right on schedule. And the latter became a historical curiosity in under a year. So why would Anthropic try again in 2026, knowing exactly how the last one went? To understand that, you need one mental model, and it's the single most useful idea in all of AI politics. It's called a race dynamic, and it works like this. Imagine a foot race where every runner privately believes the track might be heading off a cliff. But the price for winning is the largest in economic history, and any runner who stops simply loses to the ones who don't. In that race, the rational move for every individual runner is to keep sprinting, even if every single one of them would privately prefer that everyone slow down. Nobody can stop alone because stopping alone doesn't stop the race, it just changes who wins it. So Anthropic said this part pretty much out loud. A slowdown would simply let the least cautious players catch up, and it's why the two specific words in Anthropic's proposal matter more than everything else in it: coordinated and verifiable. Coordinated means everyone stops together, so stopping isn't losing. Verifiable means everyone can prove they actually stopped, because in Anthropic's own words, the system has to ensure a bad actor could not use coordinated slowdown to jump ahead in secret. Those two words are also exactly why this has never happened. There is no inspector who can walk into a data center in another country and certify that nobody is training a frontier model inside. Nuclear treaties work partly because enrichment leaves physical signatures you can detect. A training run leaves a power bill. So now the question is, what is Anthropic actually warning about? And the post written by co-founder Jack Clark and research head Marina Favaru points at a specific threshold. The moment an AI becomes able to design and develop its own successor, what the field calls recursive self improvement. Past that point, the speed of progress stops being set by human researchers and starts being set by the systems themselves, which is precisely where the authors say the risk of humans losing control stops being philosophy and starts actually being engineering. They are asking for the world to have, in their words, the option to slow or temporarily pause before that threshold and not after. This sincere reading, many of the people closest to this technology genuinely believe the danger is actually real. These warnings keep coming from insiders, researchers who left top labs specifically so they could speak freely, executives whose companies would be worth more if they said nothing. So, warning that your own product might end badly is not an obvious commercial strategy, and the consistency of it across rivals who agrees on nothing else tells you something. And the cynical reading, our product might be the most powerful and dangerous thing ever built, is accidentally or not also the greatest marketing line in history, because nobody ever raised $1 trillion by saying their technology was modestly useful. And pause proposals have a convenient property for whoever's ahead. Freezing the race preserves your lead, and any regulatory framework built around the pause becomes a wall that established labs can afford to climb and startups can't. It's also fair to notice that Anthropic published this while reportedly preparing an IPO at a valuation around $965 billion, and that the company calling for the option to pause has not itself paused anything, which brings us to the most clarifying fact in this entire story, and it comes from the first letter. The most famous signature on the 2023 pause letter belonged to Elon Musk, who publicly demanded that every lab stop training advanced AI for 6 months. That very same month, March 2023, Elon Musk incorporated his own AI company XAI. So by July, it launched publicly, and by November, it shipped a chatbot. The man asking the world to pause spent the pause building his entry into the race. It's tempting to file that under simple hypocrisy, but the mental model suggests something more uncomfortable. The trap is strong enough to capture even the people pleading to escape it. So Musk had warned about AI risk for a decade, and when the race took off anyway, his choice collapsed to the same one every runner faces: stop alone and become irrelevant, or run. And he chose to run. They all run, and that's the real answer to why the builders keep asking to stop while accelerating. The warnings may be entirely sincere and entirely unable to change anyone's behavior, including the warner's own, which, if you think about it, is a far scarier situation than a lie. A lie would mean somebody is steering. So here's what's knowable and what isn't knowable. The incentive structure is real and visible. The 2023 pause achieved nothing measurable in the lab, and the people with the most information about this technology keep saying in increasingly formal ways that someone should have the ability to stop it, while nobody, including them, stops. So, not knowable whether the danger itself is real, how close any threshold actually is, or whether recursive self improvement arrives in 3 years or 30. And on that question, the builders themselves say they don't know, which exactly why they keep asking for a break. The verdict here isn't that the industry is lying to you, it's something stranger. The industry is telling you in writing that this car has no brake pedal. And everyone, author included, presses the accelerator because in this race, that is somehow the rational thing to do. When the people building the machine keeps asking someone to build an off switch, the interesting question isn't whether they mean it. It's exactly who they think is going to answer. So I hope this video clarified things for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.